How's it going, everybody? Brad here today, and we are back with our Honolulu Hammerheads franchise mode. And today we are going to be getting into the trade deadline. But before we do that, go ahead, leave a like if you're going to enjoy this video, and subscribe, guys. It's been 2K already. That was the goal I set out for 2020, and we've already surpassed it. How far can we get in this last month of the year? I hope you guys have had a pretty decent 2020 so far. I know it's been kind of topsy-turvy for everybody. But speaking of topsy-turvy, let's see how this this trade deadline goes for us. We are about a month out here. I think we'll just simulate up to, I don't know, maybe a week beforehand. I definitely think we're going to be sellers. If we go ahead and take a quick look at the standings. I mean, we're 5 points out, but I don't want to buy and give away future assets and put us in a bad position for the future. So one guy that I do think we're probably going to have to say goodbye to is Eric Staal, the Magic Man. I definitely want to get him on his way to go somewhere where he can, you know, produce for them and maybe win a Stanley Cup. That's the goal. And then maybe Mikael Granlund, another guy. We signed him for 4 years, though. Marcus Johansson's the other guy that I think I might look to move. Mikael Granlund would fill his spot nicely there. McGranlund, he fits on the first line, so we would play there for Staal, which is fine. Then we'd have Joel Armia, or maybe Donskoy move up to that second line. Who deserves it more? He's a -5, he's a -2, and he's got 20 points. So definitely Donskoy's had the better season. We're going to look to move Eric Staal, and I think that might be it. Marcus Johansson, too. Anthony Cirelli could get some extra ice time then, but we'd have to really see what's going on. As far as in the system, who can we call up? We could call up Nick Paul or Dylan Cousins. Dylan Cousins does have, 46 points in 51 games, so we like to see that. We will move him up there. I don't know why he's not playing up there anyway. Daniel Sprong, it's probably because of chemistry. But if I move him for Justin Bailey, that's really good. Is Brian Gibbons? Yeah, he's not worth trying to grow. But both Cousins and Sprong will play with Jussi Jokinen there. The veteran leading two relatively young kids. Hopefully going to help them grow for the rest of this season. The AHL is actually looking pretty good. We've got some guys like Vladimir Sobotka who could come up and play on the fourth line for us. Same thing with Brad Richardson or even Chris Stewart. Like, we're not trying to win, guys. I also just don't want to completely get rid of everything. As far as goaltenders are concerned, let's check out the NHL. We got Georgiev and Jari. So maybe we look to improve that in the offseason. But for now, we got Grigorenko and Derek Grant who can both step in if we do look to trade both Marcus Johansson and Eric Staal. Because Johansson, I don't know if I want to extend him. He's expiring. We'll keep Granlund because him and Granlund are like the same player. If we go ahead and check out contracts really quickly, all expiring. Eric Staal and Johansson are expiring. Johansson does want to come back, which is kind of nice. But he wants $5 million a year for an 83 overall. I think I could better spend that money elsewhere. Maybe somebody younger. I mean, he has performed for us, right? He's got 9 goals in 25 games, 34 points. But I do think I'm going to look to move him. Give some more ice time for these other guys. Him and Eric Staal are the two guys that we are looking to sell. But let's go ahead and simulate up to the trade deadline here. And we can get it underway. And then we should finish out the season and see where we end up as we go on a 2-game winning streak. Okay. Apparently, we just want to win and ruin that tank. They want... No, I'm not... I don't want... I'm not buying. I'm still pretty far out of the playoffs. 7 points. Yeah, 7 to 8 points out. Everybody's through 62, so 61 points puts us well towards the bottom of the league, and we could definitely jump into that top 5 conversation with moving Staal and Johansson for sure. So we'll advance the day here. I do want to be a big old seller. I'm going to look to sell pretty much anything that is not in my future plans. For now, we will go ahead and edit the trade block so that they know what we want to... Oh, wow, there they are. Tanev, I don't know if I want to get rid of Tanev. It'd have to be a good deal. Same thing with Granlund. So, I mean, this is accurate. These are all the guys I would sell. And yes, I want young players for the future. So, we're not going to sit around and wait, though. We are going to click Find a Trade and get this thing underway quickly. Eric Staal does have a good amount of value. I mean, he is an 85. Second and a third, Senyshyn and a third, Vakanainen. We could get Grubauer, which probably not exactly what I'm looking for. 1 year left. Delandria, Tardif, Barron. Okay, so these are prospects. The Dallas Stars definitely want him. McIsaac. Joe Veleno could be an interesting get. Looking around here. Corey Crawford. No, thank you. Nobody stunning. Ratcliffe, maybe. I think the one that piqued my interest the most was Nikanen's pretty good. They're all medium top 6, but I think what was it? The Joe Veleno Joe Veleno there. He's got 2 years left on his deal, which means apparently there was a trade and I missed it at the bottom. Hopefully you guys caught that. He's 72 at 21, so he's probably not going to be anything special. And then the low top 9 there. Let's go to Philly because we know Philly wanted him as well. Philly was offering skaters matching the block, Ratcliffe, who's older, and now we have the Devils making a trade. They're going to trade Dadonov and Zajac to the Stars in exchange for Barron, a 3rd, and a 4th. Interesting. So the Stars are loading up. The Stars were one of those teams that really, really wanted Eric Stahl. They're a buyer. Would they want to give up like a 1st for him? That's probably not going to go through. I would love to give up or get a 1st, but maybe 2 seconds. Maybe I would do 2 seconds for Eric Stahl, or maybe a 2nd and a 3rd. Another trade the Edmonton Oilers make now, a 2nd, a 4th, and McCormick to the Wild in exchange for Brodin and a 3rd and a 4th. Interesting. So maybe I will just go ahead with Philly here. They're pretty good. A 2nd and a 3rd this year would give us some more depth as far as picks. I don't know if there's any prospects that are really a can't miss. I'm going to try this one, see if it can go through. And they are going to consider it a done deal. So I'll take a 2nd and a 3rd for him. Maybe I should have looked to get a future pick, but no more skaters matching the block weight. That's fine. Where is Marcus Johansson? Okay, so Marcus Johansson doesn't have a lot of trade value, if we're being honest here. I don't think we're going to get much for Marcus Johansson. Skaters matching the block. Okay. I didn't know if it would show us players that we wanted to get rid of. Tanev, I would like to keep. I know he's on 4x4. James Van Riemsdyk, he was fine this season, but would somebody give us something good is my question. Tynan, Gunler, they're okay players. I mean, another 2nd and a 4th, just give them back to Philly. How good is Tynan? Because if I got Tynan like Gunler, it could be an interesting get. That could be a goalie of the future there. 63 at 18, and then Noel Gunler, who's not quite good. I think we're going to hold on to James Van Riemsdyk for now. I don't want to sell off that much, but we will look to move Marcus Johansson. He's been good for us recently. Hopefully he can fetch us something nice. Thomas Greiss, Miller, Goligoski, Demers. The Sabres, a 3rd and a 6th. Philip Grubauer, Zykov. Again, it looks like we're going to get a 3rd is the best we could hope for. The Sabres, a 3rd next year, a 6th this year from the Coyotes, and a 3rd. So it all seems like next year's 3rds if we're going to get load up on picks. Jason Demers, none of these guys I really want to re-sign for. Board is signed for another year. Grubauer, probably not. Zykov. If we're looking here, not going to send him to the west. I would like to send him out east. And Granlund and Donskoy. That's a lot of cap I'd be shedding for a 2nd and a 6th. I'd rather not do that trade. Ooh, it's tough, but those are 2 guys that I think I'd like to keep around at least for another season, see how they perform. They're those average guys that'll help plug holes while we let young, talented players, or maybe players we splash for in free agency. Well, they're good guys that can just sit there and do a job for you. They're not going to hurt you, but they're not exactly going to win you the cup. Marcus Johansson here, we will go back to him and send him to Buffalo for the 3rd and a 6th. Send him back to Buffalo. Actually, the Panthers, a 3rd this year and a 4th. I actually like that one better. So the deals have changed. We're going to accept the Panthers trade because sending him back to Buffalo doesn't make sense. Buffalo did just get rid of him, so why would they want him back immediately? Although, who knows? Anyway, but as far as more 1-year contract, Ratcliffe, a 2nd and a 4th go to the Kings in exchange for Vinny Hinostroza, Hamonic, and Kovalchuk. Interesting. So they are loading up. Sprong, no. Taze. I signed Taze to an extension, which is nice. Gurianov. I'd like to keep Gurianov around. Nemeth. I could totally get rid of Nemeth for something. Medium starter potential goalie is not Nick Malik. Ingram's not a bad goaltender, I don't think. Let's check out some of these goaltenders. Malik, since he's straight up, he's probably worth about the same. Saad goes to the Panthers, so the Panthers are loading up. He's 18, medium starter. They would be over the league maximum salary cap. I could retain some salary. Do we have any goalies in the system? We don't really have goalies in the system that are going to be good. Who was the other team that wanted to give me a goalie? It was the Predators and the Bruins, I want to say. So we'll go take a look at the Predators really quickly. Ingram, I know he's signed. Medium starter. He's 23 at 71. The Panthers here, Malik, 60 at 18. And then I believe it was the Bruins wanted to give me Scrivens. Yeah, no. So I think I might actually take a shot on the, you know what? No. I might actually hold on to Nemeth simply because it's not worth it to trade him because you can always find a medium starter goalie in the draft. So I'd rather get a fourth or something. If I am going to trade Nemeth, it would be Sergachev, Shea, Tanev, Bear, Taze, and then we'd have to call up a guy like Cuckoo, Slater Cuckoo, and I'd be fine with that at 79. That's really not much of a downgrade. I don't know what the trade just was with the Blackhawks there. But let's go ahead. Are we still no, we're not. We're sorting by years left. By minimal years left. We want to get rid of Nemeth. Keep hitting that because I'm so used to hitting X. Let's go ahead here. Years left. Bang. So Nemeth and who else? Grigorenko. Grigorenko doesn't exactly like it here. I don't think I'm going to change his mind about being here, but I would like to play him. But as far as what we could get a third from the Jets for next year. Some next year's picks. These are guys that I'm not using. I'd like to keep Grigorenko, but he doesn't want a contract extension. I have to overpay anyway, so I might as well let him go to free agency. He's another body, though, that we could keep in the system. But I think I'll take the third and a fourth for these two players from the Jets. We'd have to call up Sobotka and Cuckoo. Fine with me. And then I think there's another player. Sobotka's expiring. Zykov, Richardson, Sprong, Cuckoo, Gibbons, Taze. Danton Heinen, Joel Armia, he's on the fourth line. He's played fine. He's played fine. 21 penalty minutes, 10 minutes of ice time. Not really that great. He's not going to want a contract extension. I can pretty much guarantee that. And that's about all the guys. So we'll keep Grant. If we trade away, we probably aren't going to get, anything substantial for him. Derek Grant could be one of those depth guys that teams throw picks for. Seventh. No, okay. I'm not gonna bother trying to make trades like that. Danton Heinen, I would like to see come back. And we're not gonna get much for him anyway, so I'm gonna hang on to him. Everybody else that we would like to trade, well, there's not really anybody else. Brad Richardson from the minors. We can get some sevenths, a low fringe starter. Yeah, no, we're not getting anything substantial for our last year players. The Coyotes trade a third, Kevin Miller and Nick Cousins to the Canucks in exchange for Yul Levy and DiPietro. Interesting. Maybe we should look to see if there are young prospects that other teams want to give away. These are just, oh wow. Oh, that's the top 10. My bad. I was going to say that's it. That's all the players, but no, there are, James Van Riemsdyk is on the block. So if somebody wants to give me a good offer for him, same thing with Marcus Granlund and Tanev, if they want to give me good offers. But let's go ahead, and I hate when that does that. The Bruins trading Vakanainen, and they do get rid of Vakanainen. I feel like he moves in every single franchise mode, and a third in exchange for a third, and Wayne Simmons in a fourth. So they are loading up, I guess, on physicality for the playoffs. Vince Dunn could be a good guy to go after. I would have to give up Gurianov. I'd have to give up Sprong, and I could give up 2/3 for Vince Dunn. He's not even signed, though. So he wouldn't help us this year, which I mean, I guess is a good thing. I don't know if I want to give up picks. Vince Dunn could be very, very good for us, though. That could be a great replacement eventually for whoever we just traded away at Nemeth. Nemeth wasn't going to be around here long anyway. We've got Jared McCann, who's got a little less trade value. He's 82 at 24. Athanasiou. None of these guys are really what I would consider young prospects. Let's go ahead here. We got Josh Anderson, but no thanks. He's not got his contract extension either. That big old contract extension that they gave him is not in the game. But is anybody... you got Timothy Liljegren. What would I need to give up to get Liljegren? And that's a lot. So Cousins, Sprong, and Gurianov could be like a line of the future, right? Cousins next year is definitely going to make the team. He's going to jump and really look to provide for us. So that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see here. Who else do we have that could be young and up and coming? There's Morgan Frost from the Philadelphia Flyers. What would I have to give up? I'd have to give up Gurianov or Ethan Bear. I'd rather not. Do you guys want James Van Riemsdyk back? Because Morgan Frost is 75 at 21. No, he's not worth it. I just don't think he's worth it, guys. I just don't think he's worth it. Vince Dunn could be one that interests me, though. That one was quite interesting. That's a really solid two-way defender. Does he fit our scheme? Can we let's just find a trade. Wait, what does the right stick do? Oh, it shows you his stats. Okay. Good to know. I didn't know that was actually part of the game. But I will go ahead and see if we can find a trade here for Vince Dunn. They either want Gurianov, Sprong, or 2/3. 2/3 this year, though. If I can knock that down to a next year's third, because if he fits our scheme, he fits all defensive pairings, so he's probably pretty solid. Because our thirds this year, our third is going to be very highly valued. So we give up the Panthers. We'd still have, what if I gave up then the Bruins fourth? And wow, we have so many picks. This is beautiful. A third, a fourth, and a sixth. Would that work? I don't think that's going to work, but we're going to at least give it a go. Isn't sufficient at all. We've done right meeting there. Trade block. Okay, what about a third next year? How many thirds do we have next year? Oh, we got a couple fourths next year. So you know what? I could give up Winnipeg's fourth and then our fourth, or then a fourth this year as well, like from the Bruins. A third and 2/4 instead of 2/3. Trade to announce is Sammy Vatanen, a fifth and a fifth, go to the Hurricanes in exchange for a second and a fourth round pick. I mean, I think this is worth it. Dunn is somebody that we'd have to re-sign, but we've got the cap space too. He's left-handed, 82, medium top 4, still can grow. Trade accepted. Contribute to their success there in St. Louis. So that is what you want to see. They are also a very good team. So maybe, I was going to say we could look to trade for possibly a first. I don't think we have anything that we would be able to get for a first. We go to draft picks here. Does anybody want to give up their first? Let's go. Montreal does, but it's very highly valued. You can see there if we went to trade it, we'd have to give up Cousins, and I'm not going to give up Dylan Cousins. The Predators have a highly valued one. They do want to give it up. The Rangers, Ottawa, yeah, no, some of these teams. The Flyers first have like no picks. Anthony Cirelli, a third and a fourth. Anthony Cirelli is super replaceable. He's an 81. He's not really that great. We'd give up another third from next year. We have a lot of thirds. This would be nice to get an extra second this year. They are a buyer. I don't know why I just right-clicked on the Philadelphia Flyers pick. Cirelli, 81, 23, high top 9. He's probably going to get to 82, maybe 83 if we're lucky. Probably not, though. We could get a first-round pick here. They are 31, 21, and 9. I wonder who else is quite good that we could maybe get there first. I mean, St. Louis, we know that they want to give up their first. We just made a trade with them, but we could call them back. Vancouver wants to trade their first. Toronto probably wants to trade their first. So let's give a call back to St. Louis. See if we can maybe acquire another first-round pick here. Sprong, a third and a third, or Dylan Cousins straight up. No. I still like that Flyers trade, man. Tampa Bay, they want to give up their first, but it's pretty highly valued. I was going to say Toronto wants a first. They want Dylan Cousins. They don't get Dylan Cousins. No, thank you. Vancouver's first for Dylan Cousins. Yeah, no. I wish you could add untouchables, because I definitely would. For Vegas's first, we'd have to give up Boston's first and Slater Cuckoo. Is Vegas better or worse than Boston? Because we have Boston's first this year. They are 34, 22, and 6. And Boston is 41, 22, and 0. Wow. So, I mean, I guess it would be an upgrade. And the Washington Capitals trade Haas, a fifth, and Kalinin for Jarnik, a sixth, and a seventh. Okay, so we went pretty much all the way around. They don't want to give it up, Vegas draft picks, the Capitals. And I was not aware of the time. And boy, did time fly there. We went ahead and at least we acquired Dunn for the future. We're not going to get another first, but I am pleased with how that trade deadline went. We will go ahead and take a look at our draft board really quickly. Projected picks, we have 2 firsts, 3 seconds, 2 thirds, 3 fourths, 2 fifths, 2 sixths, and a seventh. We're going to have a very busy draft. We do end up having 2 firsts. The Bruins pick is really, really good. They could get bounced in the first round, that's for sure, but we don't. I mean, we need forwards. We need forward depth. That's the biggest thing. We have defenseman depth, but we're now listed as a conservative buyer. I would like to put, there we go, Cirelli. Put Cirelli there. Kubalik would help out here quite a bit. Can anybody play on the first line? Do we have a center that can play on the first line? Danton Heinen. What about Derek Grant? Can you play on the first line? Nobody plays really well on the second line. I think two-way forward. Yeah, that's a big problem. Sobotka, can you play? Sobotka can play on the first line. It doesn't help us very much, but you know, it is what it is. Jonas Donskoy can play first line ice time, but we're not going to get a plus anywhere. Cirelli, Jake DeBrusk is really good on that second line. What about Gurianov? Where can he can play on the first line? What if I swapped him and Kubalik? Okay, there we go. Gurianov on the first line. Kubalik is fine. He's 25 medium top 6. If we swap him and DeBrusk, and then move DeBrusk down there to that third line, sniper, two-way forward. We've got a bunch of two-way forwards down here. But Sobotka, Grant, Armia, this isn't actually terrible. We are lacking a serious amount of depth. But we got a +3 there. Brady Shea also gets us a +3, so we're actually going to do that. Slater Cuckoo doesn't really fit, so I might have looked to trade him away. But there we go. Those are the lines, really. Who do we have scratched? We have got nobody scratched. If we go to roster moves here, do we have anybody in the system that would be decent? Schmaltz? Jordan Schmaltz here? Nah, he's not worth it. I mean, he might be better considering he might be better than Cuckoo, but not by much. Brian Gibbons here is a playmaker. Sprong, we're going to leave those guys down there. I do want to make sure that the lines are all set down in the minors really quickly here, guys. Because we want Dylan Cousins over Richardson for sure. Johan Larson, Scott Wilson, and Gibbons. Bailey. None of these guys are really great for that. And then the fourth line there, well, it's just going to have to do. Defensively, we don't really have anybody that needs... I think I'm going to leave the +3 there. Oh my God, Simon Schultz is very bad. But you know what? It's okay. Is the AHL's team doing... Oh, wow, they are in first. We need to go sign... I can't sign free agents after the trade deadline. No, because that's the last possible time they could be registered for the playoffs. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to roll into next season with those guys in the AHL, those two, 50 overalls and below. But... let's go ahead, simulate up to the end of the season here, and we do want to get some losses, and okay, there we go. We're starting to get some losses, although we're really just playing 500 hockey. There's a couple losses. We're trying to tank. It's just not going exactly fantastic. And we finished the season with 82 points. What? Guys, that is the opposite of what I wanted to do. 82 points, well... it's still pretty bad. It doesn't look bad considering the Pacific Division is horrible. But if you look here, we would be... we'll just have to look at the entire standings. So we'll go ahead and do that season recap now. Player stats. Taylor Hall, very good season with us. He didn't exactly have a ton of help, but putting up 72 points in 82 games by himself with almost 40 goals is great. James Van Riemsdyk on the second line with 30 and 60. This is why I didn't trade him. He was a +3, 60 points, 30 goals. I would take that every season from him. He's worth his contract at that point. Mikael Granlund having an okay season. DeBrusk with 55 points. I'm definitely pleased with that. Mikhail Sergachev sneaking in there. It makes me realize I have to go here. Anthony Cirelli with 44 is not bad. Kubalik, we traded for him mid-season. He put up 30 and 58. So 9 goals, 21 assists, +13. That's good. I'm happy with Kubalik. Kubalik should see some growth. Danton Heinen did well. Jonas Donskoy. Gurianov wasn't exactly great. He's probably not getting his potential. Joel Armia on the bottom line. And then Derek Grant did okay. Sobotka did okay in the time that we needed them here. Other defensemen, Brady Shea and Sergachev both putting up 54 points. Devin Tays with 21. Ethan Bear with 17. Tanev, oh my God, Chris Tanev. Very, very bad. And then Slater Cuckoo actually played well. Was a +1, 6 points. So maybe look to move on from Tanev at the draft. Maybe not. We'll hold on to him, see how it goes. We're going to probably look for a new coach too. And then in goal, our goalies had average season, a little bit below average. But if we take a look at the rookie skaters, none here. So if we go ahead and look across the league, we're not going to have anybody there, but I'll just do a quick brief overview. Ovechkin with 107 and 60. Holy crap, Ovi. And obviously Kuznetsov right next to him is obviously going to put up a ton of points. Ovi with 60 and then Sagan with 50. Defensemen, Drew Doughty and Klingberg tied, so they will probably split the, well, no, they won't split it. Somebody's got to get voted, and it's probably going to be Klingberg over Doughty, although Doughty's got a lot less work he's got to work with, including teeth, a lot fewer teeth. If we're looking at wins, Ben Bishop was the best goalie this season. Jordan Binnington had a great season. So did Sergei Bobrovsky. It's going to be tough. I couldn't tell you who's going to win the Vezina. This is a lot closer than I'm used to seeing. Rookie skaters, Sergei Kolesnik looks really, really good. Alexis Lafreniere on the Sabres. I like to see that. Comes in second, but Kolesnik there has a good season. So, there is that. Let's go ahead and check out where we finished in the standings. Let's look at the entire league. Upside down, of course, descending. So Ottawa's got was the worst record. Ducks, Blackhawks, Predators, Rangers. That's the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Okay, so we're a top 10 pick. We could still jump. We could get jumped, but we're probably going to pick at 9, and I'm okay with that. If we jump, that would be elite. Let's go ahead and get to the draft lottery for you guys here. The AHL squad definitely is going to make the playoffs, or has made the playoffs, with 133 points. They went 65, 14, and 3. Wow. Daniel Sprong with nearly a point per game, so you got to assume he's going to grow. Dylan Cousins with 72 points, 82. UC Jokinen, Brian Gibbons. A very good season from a lot of our guys that we were looking for. Dylan Cousins and Sprong. Sprong in particular, because if Sprong grows, that's another third liner. 15% shooting percentage is ridiculous. He put up 40 goals. But anyway, I can't believe he put up 130. That is just ridiculous. So anyway, hopefully Cousins and Sprong will jump in the offseason for us. But we'll go ahead here, get up to just before the retirements and everything. We're going to play the Rochester Amherst in round number 1. Are we going to win? We do eliminate them. Cleveland, the Cleveland Monsters coming up next. We eliminate them. Wilkes-Barre Scranton, we eliminate them. We sweep them. And then Chicago, do we get eliminated? We did win the Calder Cup, boys. So that team down in the AHL went berserk. The salary cap, wow. The simming speed, and we don't get jumped. Okay, so we're going to stay at 9. That's the important part. Wow, guys, this simming speed on the next-gen consoles, I know there's not a next-gen improvement, but holy crap, does it make the offseason just fly by. That was like, what, a minute and a half? Oh, my goodness. But we stay at 9, which is good. San Jose jumps from 6 to 1. Los Angeles jumps from 7 to 2. So staying at 9. I'm glad that none of the teams behind us jumped. Would have loved to see us, man, if we dropped 2 more spots, finish where LA or San Jose did, that would have been us jumping. But for now, that's what we know. We've got Johan Larsson apparently carried in the playoffs. Playoff superstar Johan Larsson, just haven't seen it yet. But that's what we're looking at right now. I don't know where Boston finished up. So we're going to have pick number 9 and 28. So that's good to see that we have pick number 28 and then we have pick 12. So a lot of picks early on. We've got the 3 picks in the top 45. I'll take that. That's definitely what you want to see as a young, growing franchise. Hopefully we can get somebody to build around. If we take a look at the draft class at pick number 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pasi Markkanen, Bjorn Sturm, Laxonen, Joshua Roy, Daniil Chayka, Riley Kidney. We'll see who we have to draft here, but there's some guys that maybe we look to move up a little bit. Jesper Eriksson here, Zach Dean. I don't know who to take really, but that's for you guys to let me know. Should I move up and try and get a guy like Ollie Kerman? 2 years away from the NHL, 3 years there. Zachary Leheroux, Trevor Wong. We could maybe try to move up that far, but Lambos, Sturm, Markkanen. I wish I could still scout these guys. Dang it. But Joshua Roy is there as well, and Tuomas Laxonen. Tuomas. I have no clue, but he's 3 years away from the NHL. Doesn't exactly look like he's going to be great. Chris Tanev, he's got a comparable of Chris Tanev, that guy. But I'm going to leave that there for now. You guys let me know what I should be looking at. Should I be looking to move up? Should I stay where we are and just try and accumulate a lot of good talent, or go for elite talent? You guys let me know. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.